Welcome, I am TC Tyler, and today we are going to be starting an MLB The Show 23 franchise. And as you can see on the screen, I have chosen my team. It is the Oakland Athletics. So if you look at our top players actually, Aledmus Diaz is a 77 overall, followed by Seth Brown, Zach Jackson, Ramon Laureano, Jace Peterson, Paul Blackburn, Jesus Aguilar, and Trevor May. So all but two of these players are below the age of 29, and all but two of these players have AB potential or better. So it doesn't really look too bright for us. And if we look at our pitching, we have Paul Blackburn, James Kaprielian, Dalton Jeffries, Kyle Muller, Ken Waldachuk, Ryan Susick, JT Jin, and Hogan Harris. Blackburn's been here for a while. Kaprielian's been here for a decent amount of time. I believe Kyle Muller was a recent acquisition. It might have been in the Matt Olson trade, also with Christian Pache. Ken Waldachuk is one of their better prospects. He has a lot of break. Apparently, he played for them last season. Like, he got called up. I'm not sure what to do with him. He might just straight up go to the MLB and hopefully he does good. No shock, this bullpen's pretty bad as well. Zach Jackson's going to lead the way. He had a pretty strong showing last season. I did pretty decent. Another name I recognize is Drew Steckenrider. He was not good in 2022, but 2021 he was fairly decent. Our closer for this will be Trevor May. I actually like this card. He has a good fastball, good slider, good selection, I would say. I think he'll be a decent closer. However, I think 7 million is too much for him. So looking at what is probably the best position on our team, starting we have Manny Pena, followed by Shea Langeliers, who is also from the Braves, one of their top prospects. 25 years old, 6'6 overall with B potential, very good arm, very good speed, decent hitting for a prospect. We also have Tyler Soderstrom, who is a slightly better hitter, not as good behind the plate, but can play corner outfield or first base, which is probably where he's going to end up going if not becoming a DH. Seth Brown is possibly the best hitter on our team, which is not saying much because he is pretty bad. He has decent speed, he has good reaction, good fielding, he hits good against righties. Lefties is a different story. He is 30 already. Jesus Aguilar is kind of just a mid hitter. Jordan Diaz hopefully gets called up at some point. Tony Kemp, very good vision. Kind of just a nothing bat. I mean, I would say that's most of it on the team. This guy can bunt. He's very durable. He should play most of the season. Jonah Bride, good vision, I guess. Jace Peterson, a really good fielder. So he'll be able to hold down the hot corner pretty decently on the defensive side of things. Zach Geloff is probably one of our better prospects of this whole thing. Good speed, decent fielding, hitting's okay. A lot of development that needs to happen, but that's most of the team. This is our most completed, well-rounded player in Aledmus Diaz, 77 overall, the best overall hitter, probably one of the better overall fielders, average speed, very good clutch, probably the best clutch on the team. Tyler Wade, decent, good speed. We're probably going to call him up at some point. He'll be a decent pinch runner if we need him. Brent Rooker, very high power versus righties. So righty bat. He's average 200 hitter, so I'm not sure what to say about that. JJ Bleday, former Marlins prospect, ended up getting sent over here, and I'm not sure what trade or signing or whatever. Last time he got a chance for the Marlins, did not go well. So here he is trying to revitalize his career. Looking at center fielders, Esteury Ruiz, he's a speed demon. That's probably the best thing. And he can play a lot of positions. Now, Christian Pache, we did get him from the Braves. However, I'm going to have to send him to the Phillies because they did just make a trade for a pitcher, which is not in this game. So we're just going to take their worst reliever and send Pache away, which I don't know why you would trade for someone like that if you didn't really give him a chance. Like, this is not, it doesn't feel like a lot. Now, he didn't do good, but he is also taking hitting advice from the Athletics coaching staff, so I'm not too sure how well that went. Ramon Laureano, 13 home runs last year, barely above the Mendoza line. doesn't make me feel good. We always know Laureano has a very good glove and a good arm. Lawrence Butler, 70 overall, actually a decent bright spot for this team. Very good glove, okay bat. Will probably be in the lineup sooner rather than later. And that'll just about do it for the roster. One more person I want to go over is Daryl Hernandez. He just came over from the Orioles. Very good glove, very good speed. Hopefully he can develop into something, a serviceable bat, and I will feel confident playing him into this lineup, and he won't do worse than what everyone else is doing. So at the end of spring training, we're actually somewhat close to 500. We are 12 and 14. Not at all what I was expecting to happen. Looking at the pitching rotation, Paul Blackburn performed pretty well, and so did Kyle Muller. Ken Waldichuk, decent. Hogan Harris, way better than I would have thought. Caparellian, not that great. Kind of surprising considering I would think he has like the best stuff on the team. Luis Medina, in his limited action, very good. Same with JP Sears. Same with Freddie Tarnock. Adam Aller, not very good. Domingo Acevedo, not very good either. Steckenrider, really good. So, I don't know. I mean, I think that's awesome. Let's hope that's the version we get. Sam Moll, okay. Martinez, okay. May, not that great. Zach Jackson, not that great, which is not the best thing to see considering he's supposed to be our closer. So looking at our lineup for spring training, Tony Kemp actually played really well. Jace Peterson with a 300 average, 2 home runs. I didn't realize Kemp actually hit 4 bombs. Aguilar hit 380 for 71 ABs, which is really good. Seth Brown hits the most home runs so far with 5, 290 average, 10 RBIs. Alemis Diaz, lower average but more RBIs, hit 12 RBIs and 3 home runs. Connor Capel hit 235 with 2 homers. Lawrence Butler does really well, so he's really making me think about having him on the MLB roster. Ramon Laureano apparently was cold, but still hitting very well. Langoliers not doing great. Pena not doing great. Estray Ruiz getting 1 hit and 14 at bats. Nick Allen not doing too great. Jonah Bride actually doing really well. In a limited amount of ABs, I'm pretty sure that's like 7 or 8 hits. So, I really can't complain. Actually, more like 10. So, Blade gets limited action. Jordan Diaz, pretty good in his action, actually. Brent Rooker, I would say that's decent as well. And then Dermis Garcia, not that great. So, honestly, better than I would have thought. Probably end up going 12 and 15. Yeah. It doesn't really affect too much of what I think. I'm going to give Kyle Muller the start because I believe that's what they're going to do IRL. And I think that makes the most sense considering he's the starter with with the most expected potential behind Ken Waldichuk, who is going to probably be our 2 pitcher. And then it'll go Blackburn, Caparellian, and then whoever they decide to start, so probably Hogan Harris, I guess. Now we get to hop into a game against Shohei Ohtani and the very dangerous Angels. So welcome to opening day. Kyle Muller is our pitcher for this game. Last year did not go the way it probably was supposed to go. So we'll see if he can actually have a good start against this pretty rough Angels lineup. We are doing quick counts for this, at least for the first game, just so we can get through it in a decent time. 1-2 pitch. He gets a strikeout on Gio Urshela, who was an acquisition from the Yankees over the offseason. Now, I would say the best move is to have nobody on for Trout, so even if he takes you deep, it's only 1-0. Which, I mean, I don't know if we'll be able to score a run this game, but 1-0 wouldn't be bad at all. And that's his second strikeout of the game. Taylor Ward goes down as well, swinging at a nice circle change in the dirt. Now, Trout's up. Do we challenge him with a fastball? Answer's probably no, but we're going to go for it anyways. He does not swing. Muller is up on another batter. We're going to try to get Trout swinging or rolling over on this. Either one works. He went but the umpire says no. We're not getting recommended anything, so we're just going to go slider in. That hung out over the plate more than I would have liked it to. He gets a piece of it. Honestly, I really don't know what to throw him, so hopefully he just kind of rolls over the circle change. He does, but he's still in the at-bat. Even when he's not really on his A game, he's still being annoying. We're going to throw this fastball, hopefully up and out of his reach. It is out of his reach, but he didn't go for it. Slider in, full count. I don't know where Otani's hitting this order, probably 4, but he swings at this, and it is a fly ball. Kyle Muller gets out of the first inning of the season. So the first play from Tony Kemp is a soft dribbler, and that'll be the first out of the season for us. So some things that I'm trying right now that are different from how I normally play the game. I have it on simulation, and I have it on purely timing, just so the ratings can really affect the gameplay. And it's pretty good timing on that, but the ball will roll over to the shortstop, and Aguilar is out. We do not get a hit. Full count, 12-6. And it's in there. That's strike 3. That's Muller's 3rd strikeout. If you're counting, that's 3 more than I expected so far. And Drury does not really get on that. Up to Rooker. And that's our 5th out of the game. No one has really hit anything hard from him. Now, his pitch count is pretty high. But I would say he's moving through this game. Renfroe is also pretty dangerous. Let's see if we can get him to roll over. Circle change near the bottom of the zone. That is a called strike 3. Now, that's probably the first one that shouldn't have been called a strike. But that's his 4th of the game. Seth Brown waiting on the pitch from Shohei. He misses, and that's a walk. So that's our first base runner. Seth Brown, I don't know how known he is for drawing walks. I don't really think he is. But now Lemus Diaz has an opportunity. I thought that was a check swing, but apparently not. Connor Capel is up. I have to swing at that. I was late on it, but I was hoping to kind of just foul it back and get another opportunity. But that was in there. Brent Rooker now comes up, has an opportunity to make a big splash. That gets counted as a strike. It feels like the umpire has a really big strike zone. And we went around. That's strike 3. Otani is dealing. But so is Kyle Muller so far. And I don't want to walk him. It does get down, though. So that ruins the metaphorical perfect game. Only 2 innings in. But Muller is doing good. A 2-2 count to Rendon. We're going to hit him with a slider in. And he missed. Just hold on to it. Don't throw it. I mean, he missed. That was really bad. That was a bad pitch from us. An awful swing from Rendon. Now we have a 1-2 count on Logan O'Hoppe. We're going to hit him with another 12-6. And that gets him to roll over. That'll be 2 outs. However, Rengifo is on 3rd. A 1-2 count on him. It does go to 2-2. I'm going to challenge him. And we get it. 6 strikeouts for Kyle Muller through 3 innings. This is insane. And that is a walk. Mariano does draw a walk. That was a pretty tough at-bat. It brings up Shea Langoliers. Otani is really getting worked. I swing it. Crap. Now I bring up the top of the order. Tony Kemp. I am check swinging on pitches that are strikes and swinging at balls. That's a good hit. That's the first good hit of this game. And it's a fly out. That's a bummer. Chase Peterson actually got on that ball. And that might drop. We're going to go for it. And he gets a diving play. Connor Capel with an amazing play. I didn't get... I mean, he got a decent jump. and then just extends. What a catch. And that saves a runner for being on for Trout. One on no outs is not ideal for him. I'm so glad he didn't swing. I don't know what to throw here. We're just going to kind of go circle change. Hopefully it dips out of the zone. It did, but he held up. So we're going to hit him with a fastball in. That's what I was trying to avoid. It is Trout, though. So he did turn on it. It ended up creeping into the zone more than I thought it would. Now Ohtani, hopefully we can limit the damage. We're going to throw it again. And that one snuck into the zone. Muller's not really doing too good. Laureano can throw him out, though. And he should have. Who can't get a tag? What? Who is that? Why? Dude, okay. It's not going very well now. If we get 2 on 1 out, I'm going to have to get the bullpen active. And it's kind of falling apart before it even got together, it feels like. This isn't good. Muller's at 70 pitches, 77 pitches. He does get a strikeout. Yeah, it is pretty big. And we roll over on a pitch, and we're out of the inning. So 1-0 is the damage. Obviously, Trout makes us pay. That's good, though. Good exit velo. Over his head. I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I forgot I have to run. But it'll get the second. I did the hitting, and I forgot that I was the one that should be running. Seth Brown with a double over the head of Hunter Renfroe, I believe. And he will walk. 2 runners on. For, I don't know who this is. Connor Capel. The guy who made a very clutch play in the outfield earlier in this game. That's a good pitch. I thought it was going to drop out of the zone. I mean, he got me with like a backdoor. Full count. If it's a bad pitch, I won't swing. But if it's close, I'm going to have to go for it. I thought it was a cutter. I really did think it was a cutter. This should be a nice circle change. Tony Kemp stops it. He's not going to be able to get it, though. I thought that was out of reach. That could have been my fault. But I thought he wasn't going to make it. Taylor Ward is up, so I would really like to get out of this before Trout comes up. And we will. Ward sits on that. I believe that was Muller's 8th strikeout of the game. And we get out of it before Trout comes up. Laureano hits a grounder above Ohtani's head, but still can't run it out. That one really bounced. I thought he was actually going to be able to make it. I'm pretty on that, but he isn't on it. So that'll be a flyout for Shea Langoliers. Time for Danny Jimenez to come in. I would not like to face Trout lefty-righty. And now it's another 3-1 count to Trout. I'm not targeting him. I'm not pitching at him. I'm not challenging him, even though this is a challenge pitch. Oh, we got out of it. Let's go. Alright, Ohtani. Wow. Laureano's the guy to do it. Oh my god, he robbed him. I was joking. Laureano goes back to the wall. Makes a big old leap. And that is a home run. If he doesn't get this, it's gone. So thank you, Laureano, for bringing that back. Oh, and he hits Jace Peterson. So that brings up Jesus Aguilar with a runner. That's a good pitch. Oh my, Aguilar. That's deep. That's gone. Aguilar rips a home run, and that makes it a 1-2 ball game. So now the robbed home run means all that much more. Now that we actually have the lead. And that'll be it for Ohtani. His game is done. Now, The only problem with if we get everyone out this inning is that brings up that was a good strikeout. It brings up Trout and Ohtani back to back in the ninth inning, and that's a very easy opportunity for a hit and then a walk off. Now, that's not saying I want to walk somebody for Trout at this point. I just want to. I don't know what to do. I don't want to challenge Trout, man. I don't. He swings at that. Just get it out of the zone, please. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Otani's up. We're going to go around him. They pull off a hit and run pretty well. I was thinking about walking him, so I guess that's what ended up happening anyways. Now it is Ohtani versus... It might be a different pitcher. We'll see. He's worse against lefties, but do I feel like I should do this? No, we're gonna keep it the way it is. Ohtani swings and he misses. 2-2 count. And we get out of it. Oh, that's very big. Thank you, Ohtani. None of those were good pitches. He shouldn't have swung at any of those. And that's our first strikeout for Trevor May. I mean, his stuff does look pretty nasty. If we can win the first game on our division rivals, it'll mean so much for us. Now, are we trying to make the playoffs or anything? No. But it'll give us some confidence in what we have right now. As that ball goes to Seth Brown, and he's going to beat Renfroe over there. 2 outs now for the Oakland Athletics. And this will bring up Luis Rengifo, who actually got the first hit on Kyle Muller. And he will be the last out of the game, as your Oakland Athletics will take Game 1 of the 2023 season. So looking over the box score, it was actually impressive how he did pitching-wise. We only gave up 5 hits on the game, 1 to Urshela, 2 to Trout, 1 to Ohtani, and 1 to Luis Rengifo. 1 was a double to Ohtani. Trout had his solo blast. And then pitching-wise, Ohtani gave up 2 runs in 5 innings, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. For us, Chase Peterson had 2 strikeouts. Kemp had 1. Everyone had a strikeout on the team. So, I mean, that's kind of what's going to happen with his team. I'm not sure what to do about that. Seth Brown did have a double. Aguilar had a home run. It just, luckily enough, it came with someone on base. Peterson got hit by a pitch. We had 3 walks in the game from Ramon, Lemus Diaz, and Seth Brown as well. Kyle Muller threw 5 innings of 1-run baseball, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Jimenez had 2 strikeouts over 2 innings. Streckenrider somehow held the team, 1 walk and 1 hit over 1 inning. And then Trevor May with the save as he struck out 1 runner and then held them in the final inning. So 14 strikeouts for our team. We gave up 12 on their team. And yeah, unexpectedly, we win our first game. So congrats to the team. And Jesus Aguilar, obviously, your player of the game. So we're going to try to get through most of April. I'm not going to do critical situations for this episode. But for the next one, I will. And then we're going to send to the end of April. Now, for most of the scouting stuff, I'm probably going to do it off camera. But to end this episode, we are 8-20. We'll go ahead and look over how our team is doing. And by our team, I just mean some players in particular. Tony Kemp playing pretty bad. Jace Peterson playing pretty bad. Jesus Aguilar, I would say that's decent. Seth Brown is actually doing pretty good. Lemus Diaz not doing that great. Brent Rooker not doing that great. Actually, that's not that bad. Lawrence Butler playing very well, especially for what team he's on. Langalier's doing pretty good, apparently hitting a hot streak. Laureano doing okay. Manny Pena not getting at bats, not doing that great. Stevenson okay. Garcia's not really getting that much playing time. And then Nick Allen's doing not that great. Pitching, Kyle Muller, off the back of his fantastic start, is doing okay. Waldachuk, no. Blackburn, no. Caparellian, okay. Seager's doing pretty good. Not doing good. Mole's not doing good. Jimenez is doing decent, but everyone's getting worse. I don't understand that part. We might have to do a potential adjustment or whatever. May's not doing good, minus that one save that he had earlier in the season. He is our closer, though. Might have to change. We're just going to put second writer in there for the moment. One thing I forgot to mention that I will be doing during this series is I will be adjusting like stats based on how people perform. If MLB the game or if the show is not doing that enough, I will adjust that to demonstrate their playing. So I will be doing +5 upgrades, +3 upgrades, and be taking away some based on how they've performed. And then that'll probably happen at like twice a season. So once at the All-Star break and then once at the actual end of the year. I'll try to do that for some of the other performers in the MLB as well, not just my team. But that was probably one more thing I'm going to do that I haven't said yet. But that will do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. That was a lot to unpack in this first episode. We did get through April. We somehow beat the Angels, and Kyle Muller is apparently going to be DeGrom. No, I'm joking. But hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all next time.